Senior Research Fellowship Award by AICT New Delhi. Sir has received also the Best Research Publication Award 2012 by We Life Sciences. Sir has the teaching experience of 15 years at the UG level and 9 years at the PG level. Sir is also having the research experience of the 13 years and is having the Scopus Web of Science and Google Scholar citations more than 2000. Sir has guided 27 M.Pharm students and 5 are currently working under them, and Sir has registered with the 3 PhD students. Chaudhary Sir has also authored the 3 books and the book chapters in the pharmacy. Sir has published 110 research papers, out of which 20 are in the national and 90 are in the international journals. Sir is approved research guide for the PhD in pharmacy under the Shivaji University, Kolhapur. Sir is also the reviewer for many of the national and international journals. In context with the academic and administrative, Sir is having the very vast experience. Few to mention in them. Sir is a member of Syllabus Revision Committee for Bachelor of Engineering Biotechnology Department, Shivaji University, Kolhapur. Sir is also the member of Shivaji University Syllabus Revision Committee for the B Pharmacy and M Pharmacy. Sir has worked as a visiting faculty for M.Pharm
research and teaching experience. He has completed B.Pharm from Government College of Pharmacy, Karad in 95, M.Pharm from Pharmaceutical Chemistry from Karnataka University, Dharwad in 97, and PhD in Pharmaceutical Sciences from JNTU University, Hyderabad in 2016. Sir qualified GATE with the rank of 202.
At the outset, I would like to thank Dr. Patil sir, who invited me for such a wonderful session, which is being organized here in the beautiful campus of Ashok Rao Mane College of Pharmacy. I also thank the organizers, the faculty members of this college who took the efforts in organizing and deciding a session on artificial intelligence. Without much delay, I'll straight away go to the topic which is given to me. When Patil sir contacted me initially, we were discussing what topic to be covered. And depending on my expertise or the years spent in computational chemistry, I thought of sharing some of my experiences in computational field with the use of newer techniques in artificial intelligence, particularly in drug design, discovery, and other allied aspects in healthcare industry. So with this, I decided my topic as artificial intelligence in drug discovery and drug design and drug discovery. I hope most of the students here who have participated are PG students. They are on the verge of doing some research work. And before starting the session, artificial intelligence. So far, I just went through the sessions which are yesterday. Some of the speakers must have spoken about artificial intelligence, the role of artificial intelligence in different fields. But I'm sure that many of us or many of you may not know what is exactly artificial intelligence is. What are different? Actually, artificial intelligence is not our field, but we must take use of these artificial intelligence tools to make our lives easy. So with that intention, I have included I have compiled my talk with respect to educating students about the possible opportunities with the help of by using this artificial intelligence. In short, I could tell that once you know some basic concepts of artificial intelligence, you should able to use these artificial intelligence tools in your whatever task you choose, maybe some of the research work or maybe literature survey, etc. My talk will be based on this is what I thought of discussing with you. I'll be taking an overview of artificial intelligence. Most of the time, when we speak about artificial intelligence or machine learning, we encounter with different keywords, with different technical words, and most of the time we don't know what exactly those words means. For example, if I say artificial neural network, so everyone knows this. Do you know what is artificial neural network is? Do you know how ChatGPT works? Okay, but my perspective how ChatGPT works, I will be sharing. Is it okay? There are different words where the computer engineers are well versed with. Who develops these artificial intelligence tools? Basically, only computer engineers are well trained to develop such tools. But who uses these tools? We people are the target audience for these computer engineers. They develop the tools and we use them. But we should know there is one glitch in this. Computer engineers do not know the applications. Most of the time, the healthcare applications, only healthcare people can understand. So if we can tell them about our requirements, they can build the tools better. So for our requirements, we should also know some of the terms which they are using. If you tell some medical terms to computer engineers, obviously they will stuck or they will not understand. Similar is the situation, our situation. That should not be the case. We should also understand the basic fundamental things about this artificial intelligence or the computer science. With that intention, I have prepared a list of very commonly used terms in artificial intelligence. I hope it goes well with you. I'll be briefly discussing about drug discovery process. I know that most of the time you must have heard this drug discovery process from different people with different slides and maybe different wordings. But I will be sharing my drug discovery, my insights on drug discovery process and how it is being augmented with newer techniques. When I say newer techniques, obviously I will be saying, obviously I intend to say that there is an involvement of artificial intelligence or newer such tools. Earlier, 4 or 5 years back, the artificial intelligence was in a rudimentary phase. That time, we were relied on the capacity of computers. But now it is not the case. So, I'll be discussing about briefly about drug discovery process and how artificial intelligence is affecting it, how artificial intelligence is influencing or speeding up this thing. Artificial intelligence, the tools, most of the time we intend to use these tools for our research purpose. when we start with any research project, at the beginning, I would like, how many of, please excuse me because I have prepared my slides only keeping students as the target audience. I want to know how many of you are PG students. Can you raise your hands? Yes, okay. Thankfully, I made my presentation only keeping PG students in my mind. There is one biggest task with us, and that is the literature review or literature search. How we do literature search? Usually we Google out something. Your teacher must be telling you that search some databases like SciFinder or Science Direct or Elsewhere or PubMed or such things. Okay, and you will be extracting some articles there, and you will be reading. Now, reading full article is very painstaking. You require taking a big effort there, right? And suppose there are thousands of paper available on the similar topic. It will be a nightmare for you to come up with or to search every article. I want you to tell that there is a artificial intelligence tools which can make your life easy regarding regarding literature search. And I'll be briefly covering about the literature search, because most of the time our research starts with literature search, and you should take the help of artificial intelligence tools. I'll be taking briefly about artificial intelligence tools which are used in literature search. I was listening to earlier speaker, and I know sir was telling about validation of some of the artificial intelligence tools. Most of the artificial intelligence tools, they need a big validation. In contrast, many artificial intelligence tools are so well performing that in last couple of years, the discoveries which are there, they are based on these tools. Some drugs were introduced, and many companies, including AstraZeneca, Pfizer, and many companies, they are taking help of these artificial intelligence tools. I'll be discussing with you some of the tools. There is a huge list of artificial intelligence tools which can augment informatics or drug discovery process. And finally, I will be going to take you to some case studies and about my own insights I'll be sharing. Do you see something here? I know that it may not be readable. So I just asked what is artificial intelligence, and where would I get what exactly artificial intelligence is. I got this information from one of the tool. Have you seen such a window somewhere? Yes, and it is ChatGPT. Now, you told that you know ChatGPT, okay? And how it works? Any idea how ChatGPT works? Input, output. It requires input training, and there are trained models which this ChatGPT use, and the data which ChatGPT is having is a whole internet collection of data from internet, and it can give you maybe huge or accurate reasonably accurate answers. I got this information about artificial intelligence itself. Uh, what it told about artificial intelligence here is artificial intelligence, it refers to simulation of human intelligence in machines, almost simulating human intelligence, the performance of human brain in machines, it is saying, and that are programmed to think and learn like humans. So machines can think and learn like humans. This is what artificial intelligence description which is provided by me or with this chat GPT. The artificial intelligence models, AI models or artificial intelligence or these models or artificial intelligence, it can help in different aspects. Artificial intelligence, it can use different inputs from different, maybe different fields, and it can process a customizable output. The input can be environmental, from environmental maybe field. The input can be from social background or from social studies. The inputs can be from governance. You know, American military is taking help of artificial intelligence, maybe predicting the outcome of the encounters with enemies. So here comes the governance. A government is also taking some predictions and all these. There, the artificial intelligence can play a role. Legal aspects. So many times the judgments are based on some earlier documentations or legal outcomes. So artificial intelligence can help augment this legal process as well. Teaching in future, maybe earlier, maybe a few days back, one of the university instilled one robot, a robot teacher. In future, it may be possible that teaching can be augmented with this artificial intelligence. So teaching is one of the field which is processed with this artificial intelligence. Businesses, obviously businesses, then healthcare. In healthcare, again, you must be knowing in diagnosis, maybe imaging, radio imaging, etc. It is helping. I have mentioned here IBM Watson. This is one of the oncology predictions which some of the companies are using. Path AI, this is Path AI is the prediction of pathological outcome. So this can be one of the area where artificial intelligence is playing a big role. The automatives, then surveillance, just monitoring, policies, education, entertainment. So everywhere this artificial intelligence is playing a big role. Exactly how this artificial intelligence works, here in brief I have just collected one, this is obviously from internet. Suppose to artificial intelligence program or model, if we feed suppose thousands of these banana images, and if we train this artificial AI tool to predict a new image, we have provided a new image of banana and we asked it to whether it is a banana. It predicts taking the input images of banana, and it will tell us about whether the new image which we have provided, whether it is banana or not. But you know, many times it may not be accurate. You can see it can almost 90%, it can with 90% accuracy it can predict some of the images. but if you go to the orange there, it 100% it has predicted it is not orange. But if we provide it the image of a banana toy, there it failed predicting whether it is banana or not. So there comes the validation and there comes the human intervention. So this is how the artificial, what is artificial intelligence? I'll just skip some of the slides because these are very fundamental. Regarding ChatGPT, on which I was just discussing, ChatGPT requires the input, and the input is your question or your message or your textual message. It searches or it uses each word of your input, and it just links each word, and it search the database, which is a huge collection of database in the internet, available in internet, and it gives the output. Do you know that ChatGPT, they are not charging to the user? They are not charging to the user. Why they are not charging to the user? Because the input provided in future, it is going to be a database itself. In future, it will be going to be one of the data set or data for ChatGPT to use in future. So in short, ChatGPT requires a textual data. Okay, coming to drug discovery process. In drug discovery or in drug development process, at many stages, this artificial intelligence, AI tools and machine learning tools are helping us. Maybe some of the processes are, you must have seen sometime in some of the videos that a robot is doing some work in picking up some plates and doing repetitive tasks. This automation is nothing but the use of repetitive tasks and robotic processes, which are these AI-based tools. Some intelligent processes are also there. Sometimes for the literature search or to get some detailed understanding from the available literature, this natural language processing is required, NLP. It is called as NLP. There this AI tools can be useful. Then in natural language generation, do you know that some of the tools, these AI tools, they can draft you a research paper. Do you know this? There are books available which are AI written. The author is AI. There are some articles published already which are AI written, and the credit is duly given to the artificial intelligence or AI. So their natural language generation, that is one of the use of these AI tools. Then machine learning. Machine learning is one of the area where we can use this machine learning approaches in different areas of healthcare or in drug discovery process, sometimes in QSR studies or in statistical analysis or machine learning in genetics and disease prediction or target identification, etc. And true artificial intelligence, which is still in rudimentary phase. Okay, I told you that I want you to, I'm going to discuss with you some of the terms, key terms which are used in artificial intelligence. Quickly we will go through these terms. Do you know, many times we use the word algorithm. What is that? In brief, I have mentioned it, algorithm. It is a set of rules or instructions given to AI. Each algorithm is having its own use. The instructions are fed into such algorithms. Some algorithms can read the sentences. Some algorithms can read the words. Some algorithms are made in such a way that they can count the word in a page. Some algorithms, they can count the pixels of image, and so on. Some algorithms are based on statistics. So algorithm is a set of instructions, and it can be used in these AI tools. We'll go to artificial neural network. Now, ANN, artificial neural network, is one of the very commonly used term. Many this natural NLP programs, they are based on this artificial neural networks. These are the layers in AI tools. ANN, there are some layers in these AI tools where these neural networks, they exactly imitate the human neuron physiology. There are nodes and dendrites, and there is connections. Okay, each connection, it performs a different function. Similarly, here artificial neural network, it performs similar function as that of human neurons. Okay, but the task or the function performed in human brain, it performs some cholinergic or adrenergic functions. We know that. But here, these ANN tools, this artificial neural networks, it can perform different tasks. It depends on what function we require this ANN to perform. Then autonomic computing, it is system's capacity for adaptive self-management of its own resources. Forget some of the terms which I have directly taken. I don't know whether it is applicable to you or whether it is required to you. I'll just keep some of the terms. A classification. Many times, these artificial intelligence tools are required, and the output can be a word, output can be a paragraph, output can be, suppose if you provide different images, an image of suppose a human, a cat, dog, and if 1,000 such images are provided to this AI tool, suppose one of the example, and if you want AI tool to classify it, it can do that. So classification is just using AI tools to classify in different categories. It depends on what function it performs. Then clustering, sometimes AI tools provide us the information in the output is in the form of clusters. Understand this, that AI tools can give the output in different forms. It can give the output in, one form is classification. It can classify the information for you. It can cluster the information for you. A big cluster, suppose if you provide 1,000 images, I'm taking mostly the example of images because it is mostly understood. If you provide the 1,000 images, it can cluster the images into most of the images are from this big cluster. There are some images in this small cluster, etc. So clustering is one of the function. Cognitive computing, we'll skip this. Then convolutional neural network. This is CNN. This is one advanced form of artificial neural network where different layers of this ANN work together for bigger tasks. Then artificial narrow intelligence. You know, we use Alexa. It is having very narrow intelligence. Okay. Alexa cannot play you a song just by looking at Alexa. So that is not possible. It requires only input in the form of voice. It has a very limited or narrow intelligence. The input is voice. In future, suppose there are some tools where by emotions also it recognizes now this person wants this song to be played. That is having a different level of intelligence. So narrow intelligence, then general intelligence, AGI, and super intelligence. Now super intelligence, people are trying to develop artificial super intelligence where multiple tasks, scientists or these computer scientists are trying to incorporate human emotions in robots. That is super intelligence. Data mining. So there is a huge data available, suppose in healthcare sector. For example, suppose this antimicrobial resistance. This is one of the biggest challenge. Now we need to, suppose one small country need to identify what is the drug which is causing the antimicrobial resistance. Now it requires, that country requires the data, and that data can be from the instruments which are used to test the susceptibility to this antimicrobial resistance or susceptibility of microorganism for some particular antibiotics. So there will be a huge data available with that country regarding this antimicrobial resistance, and using these tools they can come up with what is the exact reason of antimicrobial resistance. Here it may not be possible because the data will be obviously scattered and very big. So data mining is one of the field, and it is this term is very commonly used in AI, data science, decision tree. Now in decision tree, these AI tools, they perform the work in such a way that the decisions are in tree form. Okay. For example, the AI tool will take one decision. Now suppose we say that no, this is not proper. It will take another branch and it will say, it will give you another output. Now suppose if it is still not accepted, now this branching, so decision tree is built. The AI tool has a power to decide. Deep learning, with the available data, AI tools can learn themselves, or they can train themselves. The different search techniques, heuristic search is one of them. Machine learning, where machine itself learns from the input data and it gives some of the output. Usually these machine learning tools, they depend on the algorithms which are used. Then natural language processing, NLP. It is mostly we get affected with NLPs because whichever tools we use, unknowingly we are using many AI tools. Do you know, if you are googling out, if you type one word, it will be showing you further word. On what basis it is working? NLP, natural language processing. At the back end, Google is having this NLP installed, which is providing you some output in the form of some next word which you are expecting. Supervised learning and unsupervised learning. Supervised learning, there is a human interference in the AI tools or this machine learning tools. This is supervised learning. Unsupervised learning, where the computer or computer programs, they themselves train them and they give their output of their own. There is no human interference. Now this figure can explain you about this supervised learning and unsupervised learning. Supervised learning is usually it is useful in classification, regression, classification in the form of suppose in disease, regression in the form of admit prediction or drug efficacy predictions, etc. Unsupervised learning, it can cluster the information, or it can give you some information about the findings, some of the key findings, future findings. Now this clustering is useful in suppose for example disease subtypes. Decision is may be useful in de novo drug design. Okay, suppose for example the binding site of any a specific protein. If we are having the information of that binding site, now AI tools or AI, some of the AI tools, they can give you some information about the best possible compounds which can fit in that binding site. Okay, so that can be there in de novo drug design. Reinforcement learning. Now, I forgot to mention here that reinforcement learning is one area where we have to just give the answers to the AI tools or such tools that the answer is correct or wrong. If it is correct, the model itself train it, and if it is wrong, model takes another route to correct itself. Okay, so that input reinforces and it instills the new learning in this AI tool. Some of the algorithms which are commonly used in supervised and unsupervised learnings I have just listed. I'll just skip because this is a technical information. Okay, but out of this you must just see in supervised learning, the algorithms, most common algorithms, sometimes it may be required for you that SVM models are there, support vector machine models are there. These are support vector machine SVM models. These are most common, not common, but these are useful in QSR studies. Then neural networks. Some unsupervised algorithms which are clustering algorithms or K-mean clustering, etc. See, these are different type of ANNs, artificial neural networks. As you go on, the complexity is very high. Earlier days, 4 or 5 years back, the ANN and further complexity increased and the performance also increased. So these are some of the tasks which are performed by AI, supervised and unsupervised. How the AI is affecting drug discovery? You can say AI-based drug discovery is augmented. The traditional drug discovery is target-driven, while AI-based drug discovery is data-driven. Okay, this is the main difference in AI-based drug discovery. Traditionally, the drug discovery was only in those areas where traditional drug discovery was there, but AI-based drug discovery, it is not limited. Traditionally, drug discovery process was affected, is affected with the complexity of cellular processes, but it is not affected with the AI-based drug discovery process. You must have seen this slide many times. The drug discovery starts from the target identification to the first lead compounds, hit compounds, and then further optimization of hit compounds and It goes on into clinical trials, phase 1, phase 2, post-marketing stand. The earlier or traditional drug discovery, I say it is broken because drug discovery takes a very long time and very huge investments. It is broken because the cost to develop new drug is very high, almost in billions. Almost it requires 2.5 to 2.6 billion for a single drug. 90% of these drug discovery regimes or programs fail because of one or other reasons. Then it is a very lengthy process, and they are mostly these drug discovery process are run in academia or in government only, and we know about only 40% of druggable targets. But this is not limitation with AI. In this cycle, you can find AI can help or speed up. It can reduce the cost. It can reduce the time as well, and everywhere it can help in drug discovery process. I'll just skip this. Okay. Now in drug discovery, why AI is helping in drug discovery? There is a saying, this is well said, that there is Irum's law. Every 9 years, the cost of development doubles. This is Irum's law. Why this happens is because some of the reasons are there is nothing or better than Beatles problem. This is one reason. Already some drugs are there, and there is no reason to develop a drug which is just little advantageous than existing drug, and spending 2.5 billion. This is better than Beatles problem. Cautious regulators problem. Government restrictions are there, and maybe this is the reason for Irum's law or doubling the cost. Companies' policy of throw money at it, tendency of different companies, and okay, that may be the reason. And basic research. The biases in basic research, that can be one of the reasons for this Irum's law, or doubling of cost of drug discovery. Okay, already I discussed that this AI can help us in these different areas where AI can give us better compounds with better compounds in therapeutics. AI can help us with understanding the diseases better, targets better. AI can control. I think already companies have started taking help of AI tools in clinical trials, and different programs are available there. The surveillance is possible with AI tools, how whether patient is taking medication or not. So their AI tool is helpful. And AI tools, believe me that AI is being used in almost every drug discovery process, starting from mRNA to the protein. How many of you know that the COVID proteins which were identified, almost many COVID proteins were predicted? I say many COVID proteins, that proteins of that SARS-CoV-2 virus were predicted. And who predicted these proteins? There is one AI-driven tool or AI-driven company, DeepMind, and the predicted structures of this protein, they are called as alpha-fold proteins. Until last year, around 1 million predicted protein structures were there. and it is proposed and it is predicted that in coming years the predicted structures will cross 200 million mark. So this is where AI is playing a role. Okay, I told that I'll be discussing with, I will be just sharing my thought on literature search. In this slide I just show, we can distribute this thrust areas of research where AI is line which I put here, and there are three thrust areas where AI can help us. One is aggregating and synthesizing the information. Here comes your literature search. Aggregating and synthesizing the information from the available data. That data can be research publications. Okay. Understanding disease mechanism. That can be another thrust area. And also you can see some of the tools or some companies there which are using their own approaches. This Phenomic AI is using their own approach for disease identification, etc. And generative model or generating novel drug candidate, drug discovery itself, it is being affected with these companies or these tools where Atomwise is one company, and then 2AR, Revive Made, and so on. There are multiple companies. At the end I will list out everything. These are the three thrust areas where AI can play a role. Okay, this is one of the example which I quoted. This is first or one of the drug discovery, AI based drug discovery. Okay, so it is BioXcel Therapeutics. They discovered one drug for this schizophrenia and bipolar disease with this AI. Okay, now I will not go. Actually, I thought of directly showing you how literature survey goes on and how it can be done. But I think there will be a time constraint. Okay, better I will just explain you how literature search is done with AI based tools. I have mentioned some of the tools here, literature search and AI. The first tool is a SciNote, or you can use Perplexity AI. Perplexity AI. Now you just go to Perplexity, just Google out Perplexity AI. Okay, there you just put your research question. Now some of you may be developing from pharmaceutics, you may be developing a nano formulation of so and so drug. A chemistry person might be interested in some targeting some disease or targeting some protein, disease protein. For example, suppose I am working with one kinase, cyclin dependent kinase, any kinase, and just we have to put our research question. What I will put there? A dual inhibition of CDK2, cyclin dependent kinase 2, and cyclin dependent kinase 6. CDK2 and CDK6, dual inhibition of CDK2 and CDK6. This is the input given to Perplexity. Okay. Now Perplexity, do you want me to show this directly on internet so you can understand? Am I having another 10-15 minutes? This is Perplexity site. Okay, this is Perplexity web page. Here I'll put any research question which we are feeding it. For example, I am interested in, I just put, because my area is different, I will be well versed with my area and dual inhibition of CDK2 and okay, this is an input given by me, and if I search, it finds the data sets, database. You know, if you put the similar search in PubMed, if you put similar search in PubMed, you will get around 10,000 articles. Are you having a capacity to download and see each article? Yes, this article is having this information and write it, and this is not required. Now what we should do, we should take help of these AI tools. We are taking help of AI tools such as ChatGPT. We are taking, okay, you are well versed, you people, I mean students, they are already digital. Only thing is to take use of newer advances. Okay, now it has given me most probable or most similar phrases which it found in PubMed, maybe PubChem, and so many databases are there. It searches itself and it gives some output. I can select any one of these output and I can see what is, suppose this is the outcome. Now it can give you exactly the information or the publication. Yes, CDK, yes, see. Okay, now you got it. Perplexity gave me some of the references, some of the output. I can go to those references directly. Now coming back to my presentation. We found some of the references with this AI tool. Perplexity is AI tool. Now next thing is how many, I just searched one article. How many articles are there which are similar to this article? Okay. There you can take use of another AI tool which is called as Research Rabbit. Okay. Now here you can, I'll just go to Research Rabbit site. Okay, this is the home page of Research Rabbit. Okay, do you see? I just went to another thing. Add your paper you know and love. Okay, here you just give, all of you know DOI. Okay, that DOI which I searched in Perplexity, if you put that DOI here, it can search again PubMed and whatever available data, and it will give you such results. I already searched one result. See, do you see that plot? this is the paper which I searched on in the Perplexity, and similar work is available in these many papers. Almost 229 references are there where exactly or somewhat similar work is reported. Now all these papers, now there is no need to download these paper one by one. There is one function available in this Research Rabbit that you can download one file. I think it is available somewhere. It is called as bibtext, BIBTXT. You just download that bibtext, use some reference manager. How many, do you know reference managers? Okay, there are some reference managers like Zotero or EndNote, etc. Zotero is one of the best, which is very easy to use. There, you can directly import this bibtext and download. You can download all papers. So this is one small example which I told you to augment the literature search. I think every drug discovery process or every drug discovery, any new project starts with literature search, and people use such approach, AI-based literature search. There is no human involvement is necessary to search and manually see the content of every paper. Okay, so all right. Now, just now, some time back, I told you that AI can write for you. AI can write manuscript, or AI can write your thesis and anything possible. Okay. If you have searched something on the internet and Research Rabbit has given you some of the papers, now you can use some of the information from this paper, and for example, Jenny is one tool, JENNI. It can write you entire manuscript, okay, and nobody can know that how flawlessly you have written some manuscript, okay, but it requires intelligent inputting the information. All right, nothing wrong in this because anybody cannot do this. Only the expert who is trained in using AI tools can do it. Okay, if I tell you Jenny will write a manuscript, and if you are trying to get a manuscript on your area, it is not possible. You need to understand how it is working and what kind of input you have to provide. Then it will work. Initially, you will get a limit of some words in Jenny. Alternative tools are available for Jenny, which can which can give you writing help. Okay, so this is another thing. Okay, Iris AI is another tool which can help in writing. If you are interested in any AI-based drug design or drug discovery tools, this is the best place to visit, and this is Play Molecules. Play Molecule is one organization or one place where multiple AI-based tools are available, where you can use the tools for QACR, you can use the tools for docking, then maybe molecular dynamics, then binding site optimization, and many things are available in Play Molecules. Okay, I think it is okay because further I wanted to discuss about some of the areas of drug discovery where AI is playing a role. One of the area where AI is very useful is QACR. Okay, Uh, Happily, I want to share that some of the tools, I'll just tell one example to you. That in 2017, we were working on one of the AI tool, and that tool was based on the hospital information. That time, that AI was not that functional or that well. Hospital information in the form of patient history and the patient outcome, and these hospitals were chosen from the Brazil, and we developed one AI tool which created the map, which created the plot, and it uses the information. We need to put the doctor, or we need to put the information of a new patient which has came, and we need to put his disease condition. We need to put his history, age, gender, weight, and so on, and his element, disease element. That's all. This is the input. Hospital information, HIS, hospital information system data is with us. What we expected was this information is linked with earlier hospital information, and we wanted to see this information matches with what. Okay, it may be possible that similar type of patient some time back he must have visited the hospital, and doctor must have prescribed something to that patient, and the outcome was that disease was cured. It must be there in the hospital system. Okay, so it was just mapped with the history, and we tried to guess the most probable therapy for this new patient. Okay, are you getting this? What I hope this is one of the AI tool which we tried. Unfortunately, it didn't work because there were limitations with sensitive hospital information, which one of the journal asked for declaring the that hospital information, which that hospital denied, and that didn't work. So you can try with such AI tools. It is not difficult that with the help of such AI tool we can also take our projects further. So I wanted to discuss about this use of AI tools in some of the drug discovery processes, but I think I have spent enough time on overview, sharing my thoughts on artificial intelligence, telling you some basic fundamental information. If you wish, if I continue, I can continue, but I think it should not happen that it is already 1:30. I think some of the people here, I think Chaudhary sir is expert in this. He must be knowing that some AI tools like RDKit, he must have used RDKit, and some of the AI tools in designing new molecules, maybe virtual screening. Some tools like VS Flow is there, which help. Earlier it was very difficult for virtual screening. Input of now we can input like anything, and the speed of virtual screening has tremendously increased. Further, around 4-5 years back, we were not strong in the computational power, but we are now having, India is having Fortune 500 super computers, HPC clusters, and here nothing like that means, I mean to say that the performance of these HPC clusters, computers, supercomputers, and there are multiple supercomputers are available in India now. Many private universities are having such supercomputers, I refer these supercomputers as HPC clusters, which augments all these drug discovery processes. There is one area like new generation sequencing, NGS, whole genome sequencing, proteomics and maybe genomics. All these area, it is getting affected with newer tools of AI. Only we need to enter into that, okay, with some of our understanding. Okay, there are many slides ahead. I will just end here with. Okay, let me see some any other informative. Okay, students, if possible, if you want to progress in AI tools and if you want to know more about AI tools, I request to go with these available platforms where you can have some experience of AI or machine learning or such techniques. I'll just go through this list that are statistical programming. Only thing is it requires little learning. Without that, it is not possible to operate this R. We are having some of the programs which are built in R programming language, RDKit, then NIME workflow. NIME workflow, it is used in drug discovery as well as in businesses. Then TensorFlow. TensorFlow is known to build machine learning tools. Then Python, without which we cannot move ahead. Python, at least basics of Python we should know. And what is Python? Actually, people say that Python is no more required. But we should know what is Python, what are the basic command lines in Python. It helps in a big way. So if possible, see what is Python. GitHub. GitHub is open to all. Any new script which runs in Python is available for us. And any new thing which you create, if I create anything, I make it available freely for all. And that is available in GitHub. You may not know, visit GitHub and you will get thousands of such scripts which can be ready to run for you, for your job or for your research question. Then DTC Lab, this is India's own computational QSCR tools. Kunal Roy, Dr. Kunal Roy, the professor of one of a very renowned person in our field, he has his own tools. Then Anaconda or Conda, this is one of the platform where you can have multiple programs installed on your systems. Then AIM Sim, Jupyter Notebook, then Linux. You may not be knowing Linux is one of the most useful operating system. We are well versed with Windows, but Linux is better. And you just try a subsystem of Linux on your system. MATLAB is one of the statistical program, but it helps in designing. I say MATLAB helps in designing satellites, and also it helps in designing drugs, designing QSAR, and so on. MATLAB is very big, but it comes with proprietary functionality, and it is proprietary program. And different tools are there for next generation sequencing, etc. All right, so I will just end here. Thank you very much for inviting me and keeping patiently, giving your patience, and thank you. Okay, similar, I don't know exactly any tool, but multiple tools are available.
Already simultaneously
Yes, there will be, each tool comes with a user guideline, and some of the tool, if the developer gets the time, he develops a user another tutorial in the form of a script or a video that the students can easily learn. And young students are well versed with this digital technology. I tell you that students don't require much
Software.
maybe they learn with the available document for that software.
I'm very thankful to organizing committee to give me opportunity to summarize this hardcore computational chemistry session. So, sir, thank you once again for enlightening us with the difficult aspect of the AI. You have simplified AI in a lot of manner. You discussed the concept which are associated with the AI, and also you discussed the various databases. Due to time constraint, some of the slides the audience have missed, but as your session is fruitful, so that these new generation of student can have or they can use the AI in their research work and also for their publication work. But that one point that I want to discuss with you, that for excellent use of AI, you should have some background of coding. So you should learn some computational languages so that the script can be easily analyzed and script can be easily applied for your routine work. Because normally what happens, the number of scripts which are associated in or which are freely available, they are in the Linux program. And to use in a Windows system, you should have some coding know-how or some language know-how. That is the basic problem that we faced in 2 to 3 years back, but we have developed our own system so that we are nowadays continues to use those databases to script in our routine work. Okay, so thank you, sir, once again for enlightening us, and thank you very much.
Sir.